Sorry. So what is happening now is that I just want to do the switch back to the original plan, but I'm somehow just finding myself getting back to this rut again, like, hey man, like you're supposed to be putting this thing together and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. So I'm just getting into this rut and back and back and back and back and back. So what I wanted to say over here is that we do all have this freaking tendency. We do all have those places that we do not want to go at. We do all have those places that we do not want to encounter. The relationships, our lives, the things that we do not start yet, we know that we're supposed to be starting. And so brothers and sisters, the more we can face those things, the more we can face those demons and our dark side, if you will, so the more we can grow inside of ourselves, because perhaps that's the only reason that matters, brother, because think about that. Those things that you're afraid of, those things that you do not want to do, are pretty much the things that you exactly supposed to be doing. And because of that exact reason, because you are afraid of that. So this is the core idea here. And if you are doing those things, then something magical happens. Then you're just unlocking something inside of you which is telling you that, hey man, I can do anything. I'm capable of doing fucking anything. And so this is what happened with me throughout the last year. I pretty much arrived in my life to a place where as soon as I'm afraid of something and as soon as I have some kind of a discomfort with something, I'm facing that immediately. I'm not postponing it for tomorrow. I'm facing that shit immediately. I just cannot wait. I cannot tolerate that something is not solved in my life that I'm considering that's supposed to be solved. And I'm doing that as much as I can. And perhaps this is something that is called a masculine thing, putting order, creating order around yourself. And what was the thing for me is running. Whether you believe me or not, okay, so now I can tell the story that I've been running every single day throughout the last 4.5 months. No, excuse me, I had 1 day left. I have 1 day off because I was so sick that I literally couldn't do anything. So I went out and I've done 200 dips. So if that counts as a day off, then I can live with that. But the point over here is that I've been just simply facing the shit. And so now I can tell this, but before that, I've been at a place when I'm like, man, like I'm overweight, I don't want running. I was the kid who was like paralyzed from PE class, like fucking paralyzed from PE classes, because I just didn't want to do this thing. Like I was paralyzed to do like 100, 1,000 meters. I was paralyzed from that shit. And so that was a huge fear for me. And so what I realized is that, man, like now that I'm facing that shit, I'm realizing that there's nothing big there. The same thing when I was so afraid to pick up the phone and call people that, hey man, like here I have this business, I can help you. The same thing, I just did pick up the phone and I started doing that shit, and now that I've been facing my fears, they are evaporated. And this is how you can grow spiritually. Because now you can know and now you can understand that all those fears are just created inside here. And you will know that on a physical, on a mental, and on a spiritual level too, brother. And so this is the blessing of the journey, to really map yourself out this way. Because perhaps you can read 1,000 books. And you can know a lot about the world, but eventually without the person who can comprehend those things, which is supposed to be you, who got the knowledge about himself or herself, if he's not there, then there will be nothing happening, brother. There will be nothing happening. So this is what I wanted to share with you, because we have some days when we feel like completely lost, we feel like completely out of control. Bro, that's not true. That's just, we have shitty periods. We just do not feel like it. We just simply have those things. But the point over here being is that facing that shit every single day and every single time is just making your ultimate version of yourself. And that is what we're supposed to be all craving for. Love.